Hello, hello. All right, let's get started. All right, hopefully you guys can hear some nice calming music in the background. Welcome to your quick stretch today, everybody. My name is Elena, and we are going to start standing. So let's just start standing. We're going to focus a little bit more on our hamstrings and low back today, but let's start with standing. And let's go ahead and bring it into some head rolls all the way around. Let's step it back. One side first. You can go over to the right. And then repeat. Bring that head all the way around to the left. Opposite direction. And bring that chin down to the chest. Press that chin into your chest if you can, and slowly rock the head side to side. And bring that head back up. We're going to bring our shoulders up, back, and down. 3 times, big shoulder rolls, and then reverse. Roll those shoulders forward. And bring those arms out, and up, and down. One more time, bring them all the way up over the head. Interlock the fingers together, or just grab your hands together at the top. I want you to lift up and over. Just a little bit halfway, not leaning all the way over, just a little to feel that stretch right underneath your armpits. And take those hands together behind you. Interlock the fingers. Let's pull those arms back. You can hinge it at the hips and tip those arms over to make it more intense. And slowly roll it back up. We're going to do just a couple good mornings just to get our low back and hamstrings a little warm before we stretch them. So you're just going to hinge it over at the hips. So tailbone starts to come back, nice flat back until you feel the stretch. And come on back up, keeping that weight in the heels. Soft bend in the knees if you want a little bend there. Pull it back. Last one. Good. From here, we're going to take it into a wider position. You're going to bring the hands down to the floor. You can't touch the floor quite yet. You can hold on to the elbows. So from here, we're going to make sure that those legs are a little bit wider than our shoulders. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to bring the chest up and back down. Straighten the legs as the hands touch the ground. Lift the hands up, bend the knees, sit down into a nice low squat position. Don't have to hold it for very long. We're just bending. If you need more support, keep the hands down on the ground. Bend and straighten the knees 2 more times. And if you want to take it down into a nice low little yogi squat here, I want you to get as low as you can. If you have sensitive knees, this might not be right for you. So if you want to stay up, you can be here on those elbows, or you can be up here and stretch it here. Okay? Press those knees out and back. And from here, we're going to walk it out into a plank position. So go ahead and find some space. Feet about hip width apart. We're going to come up into our downward dog, pressing through those shoulders, bending and straightening the knees, alternating, pressing one heel at a time down into the floor. And bring it back down. We're going to drop those knees down onto the floor. Tuck those toes under. Take a nice wide stance and rock back to a child's pose. From here, we're going to bring those hands together in front. Put one hand right over the other. See if you feel a difference on the outer sides of your shoulders. You should feel that stretch. From here, we're going to walk those hands over to the right. Just inch them over until you feel that stretch on the left side of the shoulder and underneath that arm. And then same thing, we're going to walk it, slide it all the way over to the left as far as you can. A little angle here. Back to center. Come on up to our hands and knees. We're going to take our right hand, thread it underneath our left, slide the back of the hand all the way out until that shoulder hits the ground. You can rest your head down. Stretch out that upper back. All right, bring it back up nice and slow. Always remember to come out of your stretches very slowly. Let your body adjust. Other side, slide that left arm underneath. And slide it out until you find that spot where you're comfortable, but still feeling that stretch. You should be able to breathe. And bring it back in to all fours. From here, we're going to take that right leg and we're going to just bring it right out in front of us. So we have two right angles, right knee, left knee. From here, you're going to place one hand on each side of that leg. And we're going to just rock forward and back. Sit those hips back, keeping that foot right on the floor. This is going to help with some ankle mobility as well. And as you sit back, you want to try to straighten this leg, keeping a little bit of bend in it. It's fine. You should feel that in the hamstrings as you sit those hips back. Rock it 2 more times. And back to here. Now we're going to scooch that foot out as far as we can, keeping it underneath the knee, leaning it forward. Press those hips forward and down. Pressing through this front right heel. Place that left hand down on the ground. Right arm is going to come up into the air. Open up that chest. And bring it back in. We're going to take that toe. We're going to tuck the left toe under. We're going to lift, come up into a higher lunge. Hold here. And step that foot in just a little bit. And we're going to straighten that front right leg. So we're in a nice high V. You want to bring that back leg in so that you're up here. Whatever is more comfortable. Stretching. And we're going to slowly bend that front knee, slide that back leg back out, drop the knee, tuck the toe. And we're going to let that knee come down into a pigeon. And hold here. Take it down onto the elbows if you can. And bring it up. Same thing on the other side. So we're going to come back to all fours. We're going to bring our left leg in front. Nice right angle, sitting up nice and tall here. Both hands on each side. Rock those hips back. And press it forward. And back. 3, and go for 5. 4. 5. 5. We're going to slide that left leg out further in front, bring those hips down. If you want to come up, you can gently place those hands here. Lean forward. If you want to be nice to your low back, if you're up here, it's very urging to want to arch here. We don't want that, so try to keep that back nice and straight. Bring that right hand down on the floor. On the inside, we're going to bring that left arm up. And bring it back down. You can put both hands on the inside. We're going to take that toe, tuck it under, lift, come up into this high lunge position. You can take another stretch here, bring that left arm up. Focus on pressing those hips down and forward. And then drop that back knee down, tuck the toe, walk that foot over to that right foot. Right hand. And bring it down into pigeon. Left. And bring it down onto the elbows. If you can, if this is a little too much of a stretch for you, you can bend that back knee and come into more of a stag position here and lean over this left foot in front. Modifications. Go ahead and stay right here. Good, and bring it back up. We are going to roll it over onto our back. Let me get my handy dandy cell phone to make sure we're doing good on time. All right. Lay it back on the floor. We're going to take it into a nice happy baby. So we're going to bring those feet up. We're going to reach for the insides of our feet and bring those knees on the outside. And think of pressing them down. You can also do one leg at a time if that is a little bit softer on you. You can bring that down one at a time, press it, and then switch and then press. Again, being very gentle here, making sure that that tailbone is pressed into the floor. And bring those feet down. We're going to cross that right leg over the left. Go ahead and come on up and grab behind that left thigh. And lay it back down. You're going to pull that leg in. And stopping until when you feel that tension in the right hip. Holding. Taking some deep breaths, using that right elbow to help press that knee out. Again, being very gentle. And we're going to switch legs. Left leg over the right. Pull it in, open up that knee. And release. We're going to take that right knee, we're going to hug it as we extend that left leg out straight. We're going to pull that right knee in and then cross it up and over to the left side, reaching out with that right arm, keeping our shoulders as square to the ceiling as possible, and back to center. Switch, nice and slow. Extend, pull the left knee in, give it a nice little hug, and then pull it up and over to the right side. And go ahead and bring it back to center, bring both knees into the chest, give them a little hug. You can rock side to side. And sit yourself up for one last quick stretch. Come on into a little straddle here. We're just going to reach forward, place the hands down in front of you, flex the feet. Doesn't need to be a full straddle, just a V, whatever works. Sit up nice and tall. Reach forward, slide those hands out. And then reach up and over to the right. Let's stretch that low back as Pulse those erectors in the back, stretch it over to the right side, and bring it up. Reach that right arm up and over, reach to the left. And last one, reach one more time, down through the front. You can arch that back. Try to reach as far forward as you can, keeping those knees pressed into the floor, toes to the ceiling, and slide it up, bring the legs in together. Take a nice little stretch here. Grab those toes. Take a big breath in. And come on out of it. That was it for today, you guys. Oh, say deep stretch. We have more time. I forgot today's deep stretch. Yay, okay. So we are gonna take a couple more minutes to stretch. Come on into your butterfly. Too many classes, you guys, getting all sorts of messed up here. So let's come on into our butterfly position. I want you to arch that back nice and round. And try to bring your nose as close to your toes as possible. Open up those hip flexors and inner groin. Come on back up. Extend those legs back to our V-sit or our straddle, whatever is more comfortable. And we are going to turn our shoulders towards our right foot. Reach towards it. As you're reaching for this right foot, I want you to take note of your left leg. Make sure that those hips are still on the floor. Make sure the leg is still pressed into the floor. You don't want it to pop up off the floor. And turn shoulders towards that left foot. Same thing, we're gonna reach it forward towards that left side. This is a great stretch, not only for our hamstrings and calves, but for our low back. And we're gonna walk it back over towards the middle. So relax those legs if you wanna take a little shaky shake. Let them relax for a second. Bring them in maybe a little closer. Reach those arms out. If you can get down to the elbows, go right ahead. If not, keep them up. And slowly walk it back in. Bring those feet together. You're gonna do our little hamstring stretch. So this is your time. We're gonna do this for about a minute, which doesn't seem like long, but it feels like forever. So go ahead and relax those legs out in front of you. You're gonna place your hands on each side, palms up. And you're gonna just curve your back over, let the head hang. And close your eyes. And every couple of deep breaths, I want you to think of maybe getting a little bit closer. We're just gonna hang out here, take some nice deep breaths, and breathe into that stretch in your hamstrings. Reach a little further. Inhale up nice and slow. Come on out of it. Go ahead and point and flex those toes. Alternating, stretching the front of those ankles. And take some nice circles with those feet. Don't neglect your feet. All the way around. And this time we're gonna bring those arms up. We're gonna lift up first and then reach over, reach for your toes. Hold here. more seconds. Take some deep breaths. And slowly come on out of it. Right. Bring those feet in, back to your butterfly. One more time. This time, scooch those hips in a little bit more. If you have sensitive knees, you can keep those feet out further away to decrease that angle. Reach forward. Up. All right, lean it back one last time. We're going to bring both legs up and over to the side, arms out. Tabletop position. Pull that core down into the floor. And from here, we're just going to bring those knees over to the left, stack the knees on top of each other, using our core strength to lift those legs back up over to the right. Back to center, one more time each side. And right side. And slowly come on up and come back to standing. Make your way all the way back up, roll through. We have a few minutes, so let's take a nice wide stance real quick. Wide, wide, wide. Bring it down. Place those hands on the ground. If you can walk your hands through the back, walk your hands through to help increase that stretch. We're going to bring them right through. Walk it over to the right side. And then walking through the center over to the left. Back to center. Keep the left hand down on the ground. We're going to bring our right arm straight up. Look up at it. Same thing with the left. We're going to bring it all the way up. And reach. Good. One more stretch. Bend the knees. Extend. And slowly roll up. Back to standing. Roll those shoulders back. Go ahead and take those hands, place them together. Press your fingertips against each other. Point those fingertips down towards the ground. Give them a nice little stretch. And then shake it out. Roll 3 times each direction. And then bring that arm out. Stop in the name of love and bring it back. Pull those fingertips very gently. Give them a nice little pull. Turn the hand upside down. Same thing. Give them a nice little stretch. Other hand, same thing. And flip it. And you can also do these sitting down on the floor with your hands, fingertips towards you. Give them a nice stretch. Take it. Interlock the fingers. Press them away from you. As you do that, arch the back, press those scapulas out. And take a nice little head roll each way. If you need to stretch anything else, take the next couple of minutes to do so. Stretch out your feet. You should feel pretty warm and limber. Hopefully you guys are feeling good. Shake it out. Don't forget to hydrate. If you're feeling good, get in some activity, get outside. This is your sign to do it. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone.